Hey everybody, welcome to Basically Sci-Fi, the short story writing show with short stories you can basically call sci-fi. My name's Todd.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Adam.
Hey, the gang's all here.
Yeehaw.
And this week, we're telling stories, as opposed to other weeks.
Where we don't.
I meant to say, well, there's been many weeks where we've not told stories.
Yeah, that is quite true.
In the universe canon of published episodes, though, we've been telling stories every week.
Exactly.
It's dedication.
And, so, for the moment, we're still doing prompts. Jared, can you remind me what the prompts were for this series of episodes?
This time we're doing Apocalypse and Dimensions.
Nice.
I hope y'all are ready for some apocalypse now.
I mean, I could use some apocalypse later. Does it have to be apocalypse now? I'm just getting my coffee.
Hey man, I'm in America, so we're in Apocalypse last week.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
You're
apocalypse
right.
already done been and gone.
Oh no, it's still going. It just started last week.
Yeah.
Not to date the episode or anything, but
I don't know. I feel like we should date the episodes, though. Our first episode had a, MAGA, 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 guess who will never be president?
And then the second episode had, oh my god, how did he get elected?
I don't think we could be funny anymore.
Yeah, I don't know that there is any humor left, but, you know.
Oh, man.
We'll try.
We're here to find the humor that happens to be left. Someone left it somewhere under their bed, and we're going to dig it out from under there and use it. That's what we're going to be doing.
That's, we're picking up the
leftovers.
The scraps of comedy. Well, I mean, this doesn't...
So many terrible jokes that I shouldn't say.
It still doesn't date the episode, because who knows what terrible thing or things we could be talking about. This could be literally any week.
We could be talking about a plague or rioting in every major city in the United States, or, that time that Trump jerked off on a dead body in the front of the White House.
I remember that.
Which one it is.
That was weeks ago, but I remember it.
I've got to read the news more.
Yeah.
That's my fetish.
No. I was going to say you don't want to read the news more, but yeah, if that's what gets you off, whatever. Read away.
I just read the news for the articles, but...
I just read them for the pictures.
Dead. Hey, that's not the prompt this week, though. We're still doing prompts. Did we say the prompt?
Yeah, that's what brought us to this, talking about the apocalypse.
Yeah, the apocalypse. Apocalypse.
Now.
Every day.
Apocalypse this moment.
And in our new format, we're each going to be reading our own stories in one episode. So, episodes should be coming out more frequently. Mom.
Couldn't be any less frequently, so...
So, this week's story is... me. I'm reading the story.
Sweet.
Yep. You guys ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, yes.
Alright, well, you better be ready, because the apocalypse is happening now. And this story is called The Finger Bang Theory.
Jesus.
Ooh.
You put a lot of thought into that name, didn't you?
I did. because we're talking about...
Definitely didn't come up with it 5 minutes ago.
I mean, we've already been talking on this episode 5 minutes. There's no way I came up with it
Exactly.
5 minutes ago.
That's true. That is very true.
And those are all the reasons why I actually prefer diarrhea to normal bowel movements. Perdue sighed, turned off the PowerPoint, and collapsed exhausted into his chair, as he had been speaking for quite some time on the matter. His brother Dave stood and began gnashing his teeth in approval. Alright, this story is going to have a lot of characters brought back, so... I don't know, quick quiz. Do you guys remember Perdue and his brother Dave?
I remember Perdue, but I don't really remember Dave.
Perdue.
Okay.
Is he a chicken man?
No, but same episode. Same episode. Perdue, this might not be necessary, because I do think I do mention who he is. You know, I do a bit of recap in the episode, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll listen hard.
Yeah. So there's going to be some names. Dave is his zombified brother, but anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I remember this now.
Yeah. Professor Goofy stood up from his chair at the head of the giant table and looked at his watch. And that's time! I suppose that brings the first annual meeting of the God Hand to a close. Thank you all very much for coming all the way out here to my lab on planet Zen. While we failed to come up with anything meaningful to do and didn't really discuss anything at all, I do think it was great that we could all get together like this. I personally look forward to a very productive meeting next year. Goofy then sat back down. Cuck the Conqueror raised one feathered hand into the air. You may speak freely, Cuck. The meeting is adjourned, Goofy said. Yes! I was under the impression that we would be discussing plans for the ruination and subsequent humiliation of the universe. Until a course of action is set in place, I decree that this meeting isn't and shall not be adjourned. Goofy nodded. You got it. This meeting has been extended indefinitely. This meeting of the greatest villains in the universe of limited possibilities will continue until we have decided on an evil plan to carry out. Perdue stretched his arm into the air as high as he possibly could and stood on his tippy toes. Ooh, I have a plan, pick me! Blah-ha-ha-ba-caw! Cuck laughed. Is it an evil plan? Oh, undoubtedly, Perdue nodded. Goofy raised one mechanically augmented eyebrow. It seems our final guest has arrived. Alright, recap time. In the underground city of Dark on the planet Zen, at the laboratory of the cyborg Professor Goofy, 3 members of the God Hand sat at a mechanically augmented wooden table. The God Hand is the official club of the universe's greatest villains. There are always only 5 members, known as the Fingered.
Ooh.
Ooh. The Fingered are those who, through a twist of fate, have met Space God and been granted fantastic powers. Though he had been completely unaware of his membership, the Dark Lord Edeth had been one such Fingered. And in exchange for the power to do absolutely anything, Edeth had his sense of doubt removed. Through similar sacrifice, each of the Fingered also gained some kind of power, but also a weakness. Professor Goofy, Cuck the Conqueror, and the Ratscallion alchemist Perdue had invited one more member to join them, but hadn't expected him to actually come. The laboratory door handle began to jiggle, and Goofy motioned for Ragfucker to fetch one more cup of tea. How do you open this thing? Damn door handle. Is it locked? It shouldn't be, Goofy responded. Okay, I got it. The final fingered, unholstered 2 of his 6 blasters and blew the hinges off the door. He then kicked the door in and proceeded to flip off every other member in attendance. He walked over to the table. He walked over to the table, pulled out a laser switchblade, and carved an anarchy symbol into the wood. Ragfucker brought the tea, which was then promptly thrown right back in his face. Ragfucker's flesh began to melt a bit because the tea was slightly too hot, but he still bowed as he pulled out a rag to wipe off his face. Thank you for laughing at that one. That was also a joke.
Well, he does have a tendency to fuck his own rags. So
yeah, I'm just imagining him wiping tea off with a mess rag.
Wipe his face off.
Yep, okay. No, we're getting it. That's good. It is... what does Ragfucker sound like? It is this one's pleasure to present the middle finger of the God Hand. He who lacks respect. Vin, the purple pirate of love. Shut up, you weirdo. No need for introductions. We all know each other. Cuck slammed his bird fist on the table. We will do introductions, because we have never met. I am Cuck, the Conqueror. 1,000 years ago, I terrorized the universe with... Vin yawned. I really couldn't care less. Cuck sat back down. I don't think we're going to get along. Oh, really? Vin turned to the door and motioned with both thumbs. 'Cause I can just go. I'm sure you guys had all kinds of great evil plans and weren't just sitting around twiddling your dicks. Yep, you're right. I'll catch you guys later. Goofy and Perdue both called out after the pirate. Wait! We desperately need ideas. Cuck won't let us leave until we make an evil plan. And I wanted to know if you prefer chunky or smooth bowel movements.
Oh my god.
I like
an important question.
I prefer smooth ones. Just to get that on the table.
Yeah? On the table? No, not on the table.
No, don't put that on the table.
Come on.
Disgusting.
Vin, who had been, and continued at this very moment to be drinking heavily, suddenly broke down into tears. You guys wouldn't want to know my plan. I'm awful. I'm a failure. I couldn't even defeat one shirtless hick with a space saber. Cuck was unmoved. Have some self-respect. A full-grown man weeping openly in front of other men? Pathetic. Perdue grabbed his wide-brimmed baseball cap, popped that shit to the side, and said, Yeah, pathetic. Vin blew cry snot into a tissue and attempted to collect himself. Okay, well, I figured since all my scheming thus far had gone to waste, you know, how I shrunk the whole universe using a giant black hole and a series of tubes, and then I was going to capture the child who's the main character of the universe. Well, that's all gone to shit, so I was just going to, you know, destroy all of space and time. The whole timeline will just start over anyway when the kid dies, so we could just try again in a new timeline. Maybe the next iteration of me won't suck so fucking hard. God damn! Vin then cried and pounded his fist on the table for 4 more minutes. No one interrupted him.
No.
4 minutes later. So what do you say, you feckless runts? You down for some total annihilation? Cuck leapt from his seat sporting a huge boner. Yes, oh god, yes! Goofy raised one mechanically enhanced eyebrow skeptically. That's not really a plan. More of a goal. Vin pointed a thumb at Perdue. We've got a guy here who can literally do anything. Except drink root beer, said Perdue with a frown. That stuff tastes like medicine. Oh, and I also can't drink medicine if it tastes like root beer. Have you guys tried Dimetapp? So good. Vin laughed. Ha ha! Anything, with very few exceptions. Well, I'm skeptical. Perpetually, said Goofy. Since we've never worked together before, I suggest giving it a practice run. Everyone, if you would join me in the next room. Perdue, Perdue's brother Dave, Cuck, Vin, and Ragfucker followed Goofy deeper into his lab. There, he pulled a sheet off a dusty old machine. Ragfucker proceeded to try to fuck the sheet.
No!
With this device, I can generate a mirror dimension. We can try out whatever plan you've got cooked up in there, and if all goes well, we can come back here and do it again. Cuck's eyes grew wide. You're telling me you've got a machine that can create an entirely new universe that I can leap into, conquer and humiliate, jump back out, create another universe, and do it all over again. I think I found my new hobby. Goofy clarified. Unfortunately, the machine can't keep a mirror dimension stable for longer than 24 hours. Additionally, if anything should happen to the machine while we're inside, we would be permanently deleted along with the mirror dimension. Vin shrugged. That sounds extremely unlikely. Let's do this. The four evildoers nodded to each other in a dramatic quick cut. And then Professor Goofy started up the mirror dimension device. A portal appeared before them with a wavy and yet opposite reality on the other side. Perdue, lacking the capacity to doubt, immediately leapt through and did a 360 toe flip even though he wasn't on a skateboard, landing on the other side where he dabbed. The others stepped through like normal people because they're evil, not douchebags.
Hey, douchebags can be evil, okay.
Goofy raised one mechanically augmented finger. Now remember, nothing we do here matters or will have consequences. So, it's basically like our regular dimension, except this one will cease to exist even without our efforts. Where should we begin deflowering this universe? Can I just start right here? Cuck asked. Sure, doesn't bother me. But we're not just here to smash up a fake version of my lab. We were going to put into motion a plan that would destroy everything. Vin, you had an idea? Yes, there's a particular planet I would like to start at, though. Can you get us to Meteoria 7? The name of that planet sounded familiar to Goofy. I seem to remember sending some nerds there recently against their will because it seemed funny to me. Was one of those nerds a big guy with white hair and a space saber, no shirt? Why, yes, as a matter of fact, he was. So you've met them too. They have a knack for ruining the plans of the Fingered. Were you aware that they were the ones who brought about the downfall of the Dark Lord Ida? That was them? Yes, and I want to go F up his home planet because I hate him. Sounds good. Goofy then used a different machine in the lab to create a portal, which Perdue then immediately leapt through again, this time doing a kickflip while throwing up the devil horns, because he's not only a douchebag, but he is also evil. When everyone had portaled to Meteoria, Vin revealed his evil plan. For this plan to work, we will need everyone's help, but especially Perdue. Cuck looked distraught. Can we think of a plan that requires everyone, but especially me? Vin sighed and massaged his brow. Oh, did I forget to mention that we especially need your help too? Cuck did a fist pump. Yes! Suck it, Professor! Goofy gave him a quick look and then said, Why are you getting me involved in this? Non-verbally. Okay, Perdue, you're an alchemist, right? only the greatest alchemist / koosh lord in the universe of infinite possibilities. Okay, then whip me up an alchemical potion that sets fire to everything it touches, even air. That's a great idea, buddy. What do you think of that obviously great idea, Dave? Dave gnashed his teeth and let rip a fart that sounded like millions of voices suddenly crying out in terror and then being suddenly silenced.
Jesus!
He says it sounds splendid. The ingredients Perdu needed were not so easy to find. The 6 villains then spent about the next 12 hours or so on a fantastic adventure spanning multiple planets and showcasing each of their own unique abilities, especially Ragfucker's unique ability, which is fucking rags. When
See, I was sitting here in suspense thinking that he was like some kind of like secret Dark Lord.
No. Ragfucker's a special boy. But,
I had written it originally with the witches fucking rags part, but I had thought about leaving it off now because I thought I'd maybe overplayed that joke within this particular story.
Nope.
But then I was like, wait, what if they think he
Can
does
you
have...
overplay that joke?
What if they think he does have a unique ability? No, it's rag fucking. That's what he does.
Yeah.
When it was all done, they returned to Meteoria 7 with the potion. Cuck was sweating heavily. Oh my god. I have literally never had so much fun. How did you even do that? Vin asked, almost legitimately impressed, however lacking the capacity to actually be so. I've cucked a lot of planets in my time, that's all I'm gonna say, bro. He then fist-bumped Vin and Perdu at the same time.
Nice.
Vin looked around excitedly. I wish I could see that barbarian's face when I burn down his whole planet. Does a mirror version of him exist in this reality? It's highly unlikely. The population of this dimension is randomly generated, Goofy said. Oh well. Vin motioned to Perdu to throw the potion. Perdu lobbed it as far as he could, which was about 3 feet. The fire instantly incinerated the grass it landed on, the earth, and the sky as it began to spread in all directions, even burning vertically towards space. Goofy was impressed. Even with all my scientific knowledge, I've never seen such a thing. It's incredible. Cuck flexed his buff-ass bird arms and demanded, "What shall we smash next?" Vin shrugged.
You should probably run away from the fire first.
Probably. Good call. Vin shrugged. Smash whatever you want, Cuck. We just have to leave this fire burning till it incinerates the planet, spreads into space, and then burns up all of existence. Goofy readjusted his mechanically augmented glasses. That's it. Perdu laughed. Yep, just kick back and watch the show, my sprinkle. I absolutely have to know, Perdu. How did you come up with such a formula? Winged it. Wait, what's the past tense of wing? Winged?
Wanged.
Nah, I'm gonna say wang. Wang it. Cuck laughed. An alchemist and a linguist. Bacaw! Up top, my man. The two high-fived repeatedly. Goofy persisted. Okay, but how do you burn space? It's a vacuum? Fire can't burn without oxygen? Are you for real right now, bro? Said Vin. Well, yeah. Dang. I guess it won't work then. Perdu sighed. Vin went wide-eyed with rage. Goofy, shut up, now. Perdu kicked a rock. And you're like really smart, ain't you, Professor? The smartest. So you can't burn space? No. Vin screamed. Something in his neck probably popped. What don't you get about shut up? You want me to lie to him? No, I just want you to shut up. Perdu, now suddenly in doubt, extinguished the vertically burning fire because fire can't burn air. Vin got right up in Goofy's face and pointed. You do know how his powers work, right? You did that on purpose. Goofy just smiled, amused. Gosh, whatever could you mean? Vin's eyes got all squinty with rage. I bet you think you're funny. No, I'm Goofy. The end.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it more than I probably should. In fact, I really hope you continue to keep the main characters as the evil villains of the universe who keep fucking shit up on accident. That to me is super entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad.
Now, had you mentioned before that his powers are only work if he believes they do?
So,
and I had just forgotten that?
No, I had not mentioned that, but that means that you're picking up what I'm laying down.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It sounds like he kind of inherited Edeth's powers.
Yeah, right?
As long as he doesn't doubt. You know. So there can only be 5 of the fingered, and it seems like if a fingered dies, another person gets fingered, and they inherit the power of the previous finger. Right.
Yes, basically. Yep.
All right. I'm still curious what Cuck's power is.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I guess...
Depends on which finger he's got up there.
I guess they'll all have to get their own episodes showcasing their own stuff.
Well, we already know that Goofy is cynical, and I guess his power has something to do with cynicism, because he mentioned that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Vin, of course, disrespects shit and can do whatever he wants because of that.
I mean, yeah, it's not the same power as Perdue, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you're getting everything.
And who's the other guy? Ragfucker? No, that guy just fucks rags.
No, so...
No, the other guy isn't there.
Yeah.
Alright, Goofy, Cuck, Vin, Perdue.
The main character of the universe.
The main character. Okay. Yeah. So that guy just... I mean... That guy, I would, honestly, if I lived in that universe, I'd stay really far away from that guy. Yeah.
Well,
he got plot armor.
Yeah, in the other episode, yeah, he's got plot armor.
His power is plot armor.
Vin somehow knows his power. In the other story, I went over it. If he dies, then like Groundhog Day, his whole life just restarts. And so he is the main character of the universe, because without him, the universe will cease to exist.
Okay, but if he dies of old age, then what happens?
If he dies of old age, then yeah, reset. Like Groundhog's Day.
It always resets.
So, Vin had some kind of plan before to capture him, so he showed up at his elementary school and tried to kidnap him, but he was thwarted by Ari.
Who was also a grown man at an elementary school.
What?
And not a teacher.
I mean,
Ari does like children.
And shirtless. Just what we need.
Yeah, okay, I mean, I guess this is the feedback I wanted, because I have a lot of characters, I have a lot of recurring threads from my stories, so...
It's like the Duel of Fates with
much
lower stakes.
How much I should recap within the story itself. Like, I'm assuming that, like, Netflix, people are just binging this.
Yeah, yeah. I need to binge this so I can catch up.
Well, I mean, you're just joining us, and the last time we recorded an episode was, like, years ago, so fair enough. Yeah, the main character of the universe was graduating from elementary school, and...
you can do that?
I don't know. Ari showed up to stop Vin intentionally, like he was following him.
Yeah.
So, he was not a student at the school, but I now want to go back and rewrite that.
Like, fucking Steve Buscemi style, hello fellow kids. Like a skateboard and shit, no shirt.
That would have been excellent.
Gee, mister, you got a lot of muscles. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you guys got everything. I mean, as much as I wanted you to get, so that means I feel like I did a pretty effective job. Well, thanks, guys. I liked it, too.
That's good! And be careful, don't like your own shit too much,
next,
yeah.
Up next is going to be, or up next as in next time, is going to be Adam's story, who is also going to be writing, or also has the same prompt of apocalypse and dimensions.
That I do.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye now.
See you.